Hey fam, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Um, Good morning to everybody. So listen, I'm over here in DC today. It's probably gonna be where I'm gonna do a lot of my videos today, but right now I'm over here on Connecticut Avenue and Porter Street. Very nice neighborhood. It's an older neighborhood. If you're not from the area, you know this is Northwest actually, so it's actually the good part of DC. But I wanna, I'm gonna be sharing different sceneries with you guys. This is my city. This is where, well, I'm part of DMV. So DC, I grew up around this area. A lot of my friends were from DC, and I actually went to school in PG County, but I grew up on the borderline of DC and Maryland, which is a place called Bladensburg, Maryland. So, but I kind of what I want to be doing is pretty much just sharing different parts of the district, Maryland and Virginia. I might be in Virginia maybe sometime next week, just to give you guys, a different outlook into this area for most of y'all who have not been, to this particular area. But I'm gonna go back and kind of like deep dive into what we've been talking about the past month or so, which is this mortgage situation and why I personally believe that maybe renting for a few years or so might make more sense. At least probably a decade, okay? And renting with a purpose, not just renting to have extra money and then you're blowing the money. No, renting and putting the money, to work. Because I personally believe, and to me, it's almost like it's not rocket science, to be honest with you. But when you look at the amount of money that people are paying for their mortgage, when you look at how much they have to put down to get into this situation, right? And when you look at also too the annual expense of the maintenance work. So right now, I don't know if y'all, this is Cleveland Park Station, where I am right now. I'm definitely not going down there right now while I'm doing this video, but just want to show you guys. But a lot of people get into these mortgages and don't understand that there's a lot of expense. It's a bigger expense taking care of a home than it is actually a car. I mean, you think a car is expensive maintaining annually. Get into a house, the average home annually is going to cost you about $9,000 to $10,000 a year to maintain, and that's the average home. So, to be honest with you, I don't even think that number is actually accurate. To be honest with you, I'm gonna say it's gonna be at least anywhere between 12 to 15,000 to be able to maintain, a home annually. And this is extra money that you don't even, account for. Then you have these home assessments now that's going on, that's now shooting up the value of your home. And with that being said, tax increase. These again are things that people actually do not consider when they're buying, a home. So it kind of makes sense. That's why I always feel like it's not really rocket science. It's not rocket science that we have 65+% of the people in the country saying that they don't feel as though they'll be able to retire. It's not rocket science. And it's funny, and I forgot where I read this at, but most people who are living in an apartment, and we talking about the people who have like great jobs and things like that, they actually have more in assets. And when I mean assets, I mean like stock portfolio, investments, because they're able to do more, especially when these are couples, to be honest with you, right? So that's why I always say, like, it's not a rocket science thing. Like, they try to make it so difficult and try to say like, oh, people are just not saving. How much can you possibly save when you have a mortgage of $3,000, $3,500 a month? You got a family to take care of. You slap on the average an additional, if you average it out for the year, less than an additional $1,500 to maybe $2,000 extra in the home care and expenses. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? You have all these expenses that you kind of have to, take care of, right? And these are old neighborhoods that we're walking past. Okay, very beautiful home. Okay, they kept it unique. They kept it the way, it was. So I kind of love this area, especially during the summertime. It's beautiful. The leaves come out. It's amazing. So yes, so when you look at, how much people have to pay, I was watching a video with this young man. I believe he was 25 years old, and he bought his first property, and he attests to the reason why he bought it, because everybody was telling him that you must have a home, and home is the gateway to wealth. And for 10 minutes long in the video, all he was talking about was the expense and how much it costs, that he's now considering getting out of the home, possibly renting it out, and he go rent an apartment. Because he said, at least in an apartment, if the plumbing goes out, I could just call the landlord, right? Anything, light bulbs, anything goes wrong, he could call the landlord. And I've been seeing a lot of these videos lately where people are crying about the idea that they may have made the wrong decision in reference to buying a home. I forgot who I was watching that was saying, you have to be beyond ready to buy a house. Which means, for example, if they say your mortgage is going to be $3,000 a month, you probably want to be bringing in at least anywhere close to 15 to 20K. It's crazy to some people. And I agree with them. If you're making that kind of money, then yes, go buy all day long. It makes sense. But if you're barely surviving as a renter, and now for some reason you're watching all these real estate gurus, all these, how you doing? All these HGTV, and I love those shows. It's exciting, it's wonderful. But if you're watching all these shows and now you get excited about go buy a home and you're not technically ready for it, it's going to defeat you at the end of the day. You might be able to keep the house, but what is it going to cost you at the end of the day, right? What exactly is it going to cost you? It's going to cost you your retirement. It's going to cost you being able to survive during your old age, which is what we're seeing right now. I'm even hearing that a lot of people who are high net worth are also struggling to survive, but they are more so like silent struggle. Their struggle doesn't look like most people struggle, but financially they are drawn in debt because they also went over their head. Only difference with them is they probably made so much money that even if they sell their property, they could bounce back real quickly, and they have things already put away and already set aside. But the average person, you've been sold a lie. You've been sold that buying a home is your key to wealth. And I've never really believed that, to be honest with you. I've never really believed that. Because I think the people that were selling you this idea was selling you on, oh, you buy the house, it builds up in equity, you can pull the equity out, do this, do that. But what they don't tell you is getting you into further and further into a deeper hole. And as a matter of fact, I forgot who I was watching yesterday, I believe, who said 7% of the people who purchased a home last year in 2024, 7% went into a default status. 7% of the people who purchased a home last year, which is crazy. How you doing? Let me see. He or she? He, yeah. How's it going? So yeah, so 7% of the people who purchased a home last year are entering into a default, which means they should never have been in there in the first place. And I'm willing to bet that it wasn't they couldn't pay the mortgage. I'm willing to bet what happened was our AC went out. What happened was the heat went out. What happened was plumbing issue. What happened was roofing issue. I have a client that kind of cool. You know, she seems like a lot of people. I've known her for years. She has a next door neighbor. For the past year and a half, the front part of the house, and I forgot what they called. It's not a canopy. I forgot what they call it. But anyway, the front part of the house is leaning. Like literally, it's a safety hazard. And it's been like that now for the past year and a half to 2 years. This person hasn't done anything with it and probably can't do anything with it because it probably costs a crap load of money. I had a client late last year who told me that their electricity got turned off because the bill was just so high. He lives in a big old house. You know, everything, price went up for everything. Everything's expensive. And electricity got cut off for damn near almost a month. These are the struggles. And this same individual, retirement account is minimal to none. It's scary. The wife doesn't work, so all the weight is on his shoulder. And the wife don't work due to health reasons. She used to work, but she can't work now due to health reason. Which is another thing that I don't know why people do not consider that. Like, for some reason, people just think that they're superhuman. People just believe that they are superhuman. They believe that nothing will ever happen to them. Now, I'm walking, I'm turning around, I'm showing you guys some of these homes, beautiful homes, just to let you know that I am absolutely not against buying a house. I love houses. Houses are beautiful. It's a place to raise children, create memories. But what I am against is when people start to sell you on the idea that a house can be your retirement plan. That a house can be your way to wealth. No, that's not true. Your way to wealth will always be investment. And I mean investment that yields you money, not investment that's a debt that you get into to hopefully make some money out of. Okay? That's a project. That's a project that hopefully it works out someday. But if you want to make money, you got to put your money in the market. Safely though, safely. And if you guys want more information about that, we can talk in details, because what I put my clients in is a plan that protects their money. It has a safety feature, a bottom floor that it cannot go below. And then you also rise with the market up to a cap. But ultimately, at the end of the day, when you pull your money out, you pay 0 taxes. So, to me, I look at it this way. Unless you're making close to multi 6 figures, Because 6 figures is not 6 figures anymore. You making 100K, it's not 100K anymore. They are struggling also. The people who are just barely, just probably surviving, getting by, you talk about people who are making 250K a year and more. And even with them, I would recommend they don't buy a house with a mortgage no more than $3,500 a month. Right? How you doing? I would recommend that they don't buy a house no more than $3,500 a month. Even though it might look like, I could go 5,000 or 6,000. There's something called life that happens that we all have no control over, right? There's something called life that happens that we all have no control over. And you have to be prepared for that. So to me, I would just say, listen, there's nothing wrong with renting. I was watching a Chris Rock stand-up a while ago, and and I remember he had said something about how some people get these Suge Knight mortgages. And he said, ask me, what do you think are Suge Knight mortgages? What is a Suge Knight mortgage? And he said, it's a mortgage that don't allow you to do nothing but pay the mortgage. You guys should go watch it. I believe that was the Blackout. I believe that was the Blackout. That's a Dave Chappelle. I'm sorry, Chris Rock. If I say Dave Chappelle, I apologize. It's Chris Rock. It's the Blackout, and he was like, some people have these mortgages that's like the Suge Knight mortgages that all you do is go out and go make money and bring it back to pay the mortgage. You can do nothing else because the mortgage is so high. The expenses of the property is so high. The maintenance of the property is so high. You guys should watch it. It's actually funny. And this was a couple of years ago that he was talking about this. So this is and mind you, and this is a millionaire. This is a millionaire talking about this. But some way, somehow, the real estate industry, realtors, the media have convinced us to come buy a house, come get into debt, and they convince us this is what the wealthy do. This is what the wealthy do, which is a lie. Do wealthy have properties? Yes, they do. But let me share some information with you guys. Before properties, wealthy throw their money into life insurance. Majority of their money goes into life insurance first, everything else second. This is a secret that they don't want you to know. This is the secret that they don't want you to know. And I wouldn't even say they don't want you to know. They pay advisors to get these information. Most of y'all don't have the money to pay advisors. I don't charge. I'm an independent agent. I'm not an advisor. I'm giving you free game right now. And listen, if you want more information about this, if you want to know how this plan can work for you and your family and save your future, I am here to save your future. Can you close your eyes right now and just imagine being 65 years old, 68 years old, 70 years old, 80 years old, and cannot fully provide for yourself? Can you imagine that? You have to depend on other people, the government, your kids. You know, it hurts you in your stomach to have to ask your children for help. Can you imagine something like that? No. How you doing, brother? All right.
You're not just sitting there married, man.
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh. So yeah, I'm here to help you. I'm going to do a lot of these videos. I am going to be doing a lot of these videos because my mission is to save lives. Just like a doctor, I am licensed to save lives. And most people, like my client that I spoke with Friday, most people do not get this until it's too late. Most people will not sit down with someone like myself until it's too late. And by that time, it's too late. It's too late. I'm so blessed to have been in this industry. I'm so blessed to have sat down with people who guided me, who say, no, don't be like everybody else. If you follow this path, the world is yours. You can dictate where you want to retire, not your age. This is why they always say being around the right people. How you doing? Being around the right people is a good thing. Being around the bad people is a bad thing. Being around people that's going to give you information is a wonderful thing. The key to life is information. The key to life is being around, you know, a lot of people have education. A lot of people go to school and get these degrees, but they don't even know what I'm sharing right now because they don't have the information. The key to life and the key to wealth is information. And being around people who have the information, being around people who have done it, who are doing it, that can guide you. Wealthy people put most of their money inside life insurance. I did a video about 3 days ago talking about how banks, Bank of America, Citibank, TD, the list goes on and on. They have over $90 billion in cash value inside their policy on the average. Some have more, some have a little bit less, but it's right around, if you average it out to all these banks, they have $90 billion. I don't know if you guys understand what $90 billion inside life insurance cash value. That's the cash that they have in there. But then somehow they forgot to tell you guys to get cash value life insurance. somehow they left that information out. When you go to the bank to get a product from the bank, they will sell you on their checking with no interest earning. They will sell you on their savings with no interest earning. They will sell you on their CDs with no interest earning. But somehow, they leave out cash value life insurance. Isn't that ironic? The product that they use that's helping them amass billions of dollars. The product that they use that's helping them amass billions of dollars. Somehow they forget to add to their portfolio for something for you to get. You know why? Because they'll make no money from it. They are not insurance companies. They are banks. They will make no money from it. But then they tell you to come get mortgages. They'll tell you deposit your hard-earned money into our account and get 0.0000% interest. They'll tell you, come get mortgage with us. And we'll give you a 7% interest rate and deposit a down payment of $100,000, 20% down for your $500,000 home. Come on, we'll give you that dream home that you want. They're playing with you. They're playing with us right in our face. And a lot of us are falling for it. Life insurance saves lives. Life insurance saves lives. Listen, if you want to save your life, if you want to learn how you can ultimately truly build wealth and then take that money out tax-free and then use that money to actually purchase your home, cash, while still having money in there that's growing your wealth for you, that you ultimately can retire off of and start to use as an income stream at the same time, let's have a conversation. I've been in business now for over 16 years. I've serviced plenty of clients, over 3,000 clients on the books, over $350 million in death benefit that I put in place for clients. Millions of dollars in annuities that have helped clients roll over their money. I am a seasoned professional. I lost count as to how many seminars, training, continuing education course I've taken. Listen, if you're looking for someone who knows their stuff, someone who can guide you to a better way, someone who's also doing it, someone who's doing the same thing. Not someone who's out here telling you, oh yeah, do this, and they're not doing it. Text me at 443-208-5480. That is 443-208-5480. Or you can go to my site, which is TitanEvolutionGroup.com. That's TitanEvolutionGroup.com. I look forward to speaking with you. Listen, if this message resonates with you, or if you know someone who needs to hear this, please forward this video to them. But I would like for you to subscribe if you're not a subscriber. I would like for you to like and share this video with other people. This is information that a lot of people don't know that they need to know. This is generation changing information. That's while you're alive and when you pass away. Listen, have a wonderful and blessed day. Talk to you soon.